there's not a special part in our body that only deals with work stress.
Correct.
Stresses could come from any domain of life, and it will stress us out. And that stress could be from parenting, it can be from school, it can be from university and our marriage. So how we cope with that stress can really dictate like the path to burnout. It just so happens that it's been researched a lot in the work-related realm, and now because of the pandemic, people are like extending it out, because ultimately it's not really the work aspect of it's not really work that defines burnout so much as stress. If you're in a very stressful meeting, you might feel a lot of your heart is racing and you've got cortisol and adrenaline running through your body, but you would have to maybe walk to another meeting. By the time you got to the other meeting, your body has had some time to respond to that. So now you can see how like how it would be different for your body physiologically if you just switch over to a new meeting because you're doing it online. So there's some aspects of discharging giving our body a break that we're not doing as much if we're working from home and we're not taking breaks. If people are dissatisfied with their work, there will be that intention to leave. There's debate about how much there is a great what was the American term they used? The Great Resignation. So there's debate about it, but there is talk of the Great Resignation. Everyone's become unhappy with their jobs. But I think that not everyone has the power to leave, and I think that there is more talk about boundaries and responses. There is a lot of talk about self-care, and I don't think that these rise in I think that the rise in people talking about being compassionate to themselves and self-care really has to come from a place of feeling overextended and not looking after yourself. So I think that some people are feeling that they can do that. I think that there is still problems with how organizations are perhaps taking this on board, because as long as it's being individualized, such as you are burnt out because you are working too hard, and while they can not take seriously the culture they've created in their organization, content creators or digital media or social media do not really want us to disconnect from it. So I think that the importance of boundaries is that if you don't, there's a digital technology creep, and there's of the various things we choose to have in our life, where if you don't set those boundaries, then of course you would experience a lot of stress and burnout, because you're not really switching them off. And the people that are creating them don't want you to, I think. So boundaries are important, I think, because unfortunately it seems almost like it's the individual's responsibility, because there appears to be there's no real intention to control how they might want to use someone's attention and focus. Nobody would want to, I guess, like the idea that we have our freedom to choose means like you wouldn't necessarily have legislation around this. So I think that that's why boundaries are important.